Hey, what's up, snipers? Stock Sniper Nick here, and tonight we're gonna go over the watch list for tomorrow morning, which is Wednesday, January 13th. Before I dive in, I want to give a quick sniper shout out to our boy Sniper Damon, one of our OGs who's actually been with us since the beginning, and I want to give him a shout out because he had a massive bag in a Bitcoin stock, and it's actually one of the Bitcoin stocks that are on the watch list tonight. So that's a big shout out Damon and the rest of the sniper team who had some nice bags today. If you're brand new to the channel, guys, welcome. Every single Tuesday night we get together and we go over 3 to 5 hot penny stocks that we're watching for tomorrow morning. Also, if we're in a stock overnight, we'll talk about that and our plan to sell the next morning. And we actually are in one stock tonight, so that's the first stock we'll dive into, and then we have 2 other groups of stocks that we're going to talk about. So let's go ahead and let's dive into the watch list for tomorrow, which is Wednesday, January 13th. Alright guys, so on the left side is our watch list, and on the right side is TD Ameritrade's Think or Swim. If you're brand new and you like what we got going on, our watch list comes from our website. We actually do this watch list every single night. You can get more information at www.thestocksnipers.com. And you'll be able to trade right alongside with us right there in that site. Alright, now for tomorrow, let's talk about these stocks. As you can see, we got these 3 groups of stocks. The first one's EMBI. It's a stock we're in overnight. And the reason why we really liked it is because it's a multi-month breakout. Alright, so let's dive into that one first. EMBI, this is the long-term chart on the right side. And on the left side is the watch. OTC stock had the first green day with the best volume all year. As you can see, this volume candle is better than any other candle throughout the year. EMBI, throughout the day, it uptrended, and as you can see, 6 is a key spot. You know, it came up here 2 weeks ago, and it tested 6 a couple times, but it couldn't break it, so we knew 6 was a key spot. So diving into the 1 day, 1 minute, as we saw that EMBI was creeping up to 6, when it came to power hour, and we saw, you know, it had that slow uptrend all the way up until power hour, and it was also trading 4 times the average volume. It ending up trading 7 times the average volume. The big thing was that it was uptrending to that multi-month resistance of 6. So we actually went ahead and we took the shot right here, actually right at power hour, right at the beginning in the first couple minutes. And after we took that shot, it actually broke past that 6 spot, and we got a little bit of a cushion to close. So that is really nice to see. Now, ideally, it would have held this 6.4 and even pushed higher. But since it didn't, it's all good. We are up a little bit going in overnight. Okay, our plan for tomorrow is that it does gap up over this 6.4 resistance that it made yesterday, and then it pushes, and that way we could sell into, you know, that 10-15% push. And if it doesn't gap up, if it, you know, has some struggles right here, right where it closed yesterday, you know, we know that 6 cents is that key spot. So if it goes back under the 6, we're not going to play games with it anymore. We'll go ahead and just take whatever we have on the table if this thing is struggling in the morning. The next 2 plays, BTCS and MGTI. These are both Bitcoin OTC stocks. Both of these stocks, as you can see on the 1 year, 1 day chart, have had massive run-ups starting last week when Bitcoin really started to get the hype again. They are both up over 500% since last week, making these amazing gains. So we have these both on the watch list just because of the volatility. Also, that other Bitcoin play, BTCS, that Damon played, that's another one that's been extremely volatile. Now, these Bitcoin plays are all getting hyped because Bitcoin has had that huge run-up. After Bitcoin had a pullback and a little bit of a bounce today, these ones did the same thing, where yesterday they had the pullback, and then today they all bounced, and they all actually made new high years. They didn't close at the all-time highs. Actually, MGTI did close over the breakout, but, you know, the volatility was there today, and it did get a really nice bounce, even though Bitcoin didn't bounce that much. So you gotta love the volatility that's happening in these Bitcoin stocks. And what's great about this is you do not have to be in the crypto world to trade Bitcoin, all right? You could keep up with the Bitcoin news, and you could watch these stocks. So make sure you put both these stocks on your list, BTCS, MGTI, couple other ones, HUTMF, BTSC, DIGAF. Those are all Bitcoin stocks that we watch and stocks that we were able to capitalize on the Bitcoin run-up. These are both extremely overextended now, and they are still really volatile, so we're going to keep an eye on them, but we don't want to reach for any of these because Bitcoin did make such a run-up, just like these ones. So for us, we're really only interested in big pullbacks. So if these things do get panicked, especially if Bitcoin is still up, we'll look into near supports to panic dip buy. So these are just some good Bitcoin stocks to watch, and this just shows, guys, you don't have to stress out about learning about Bitcoin, learn about a whole new sector, and learn how to trade, coins and stuff like that. And you could do all that in the US stock market with these couple plays. And these plays run just as much. As you can see, BTCS going up from 20 cents to 167 in the matter of 5 trading days. The next two plays, CLWD and ALYI. These are both OTC plays as well, and these are overextended OTC plays that we're watching for panic dip buys tomorrow. Our favorite morning pattern. This is the quickest pattern to see profits on. Okay, so these ones, keep an eye on what we're talking about tonight on each one because they can really line up with what we're talking about. Okay, we've seen it in watch lists in the past, so let's see if it can happen. Now with the panic dip buy, both these are overextended plays, but they're a little bit different. If we're looking for the panic dip buy, we're looking for one of the two scenarios, and you're actually going to see both scenarios here. First, we'll start with CLWD, a play that had just run wild. This one going from sub-penny land just last week, and then topping out today at 12.96. Where do you see this kind of run-up in the stock market? This is why we love these stocks, because we're seeing this day in and day out in the OTC market. Look, when it broke out of its highs of 1.6, it literally is up 10,000% from there. It's unbelievable what's going on here. So anyway, now that CLWD has made such an extreme move, what we're watching for is that panic dip buy. The spots we're looking to buy panic dip buys is near the supports that it made on the run up. So what helps us to find the supports is we look at the 5-day, 5-minute, and we come back here. And so for CLWD, we'd love to see the panic dip buy come down here to the support at 8 cents. That would be really nice, and that's a nice pullback. That's a 5-cent pullback from where it closed today. Or if it starts to get even more sellers around the 8, where the 8 looks like it can't hold, then we like to support down here in the 6-8 area, and that would be ideal because the harder it panics, the better the bounce could be. So those are the two spots we're watching for CLWD. Again, just a very strong play, and with this play, it's just been green day after green day after green day, so a pullback is due. Kind of like what happened with ALYI today. So now let's talk about the ALYI dip buy. So ALYI, again, another sub-penny just last week. And this one had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight green days before today. It finally has that big pullback, as you can see, closing down 30%. And that's what we're looking for in CLWD. It's going to happen sooner or later. So watch out. Do not reach for this kind of play. That's why we like to wait for the panic after it's overextended, because when these things do finally crack, the crack is really, really hard. As you can see with AOI, it was actually down even more, but it recovered a little bit, but it closed down 30%. And that's what's going to happen to CLWD. It happens over and over again. Unfortunately, guys, these stocks can't keep going and going, but you got to appreciate, the 2, 3, 4 days that they are hot, and then you could end up playing the panic dip buy, which you're talking about now, if they do get the 2, 3, 4 days of the heat of just straight ripping up. And so that happened with ALYI, and it finally got its pullback. The reason why we're still watching on a panic dip buy is because we think it could pull back even more, and that's what we're looking for to buy it. That's why we didn't buy it today, because we wanted a little bit more of a pullback on ALYI. As you can see on its run up, it ran all the way up from 1 cent to top out at 3.8, and now let's dive into the 5-day, 5-minute to find some support. Again, where it closed today, guys, that's already down 30% from its highs that it made on that 5-day run-up. So if it panics more, if it gets down to 50%, that could be good dip buy territory. Now, we do want to see a panic dip buy, so ideally the sellers come in the morning where it's a panic, where it's red candle after red candle after red candle. We don't want to see just a little trickle down. We want to see consistent red candles to make, 10, 15, 20, 30% drop, and that way it comes to a near support down here, even further down, and that way we could play it a little bit less risky down here to be able to play it for a potential bounce, be able to make that 20 30% on the bounce. So if this one does panic, the support spots we like here are, the first spot is 215. As you can see, it had a lot of support there. And then the next spot is down here at 1.8. So these are actually two really nice panic dip buys, and we really only look at panic dip buys when they're in one of these two situations. So at least you got to see both of them, just like how ALY finally got its dip today. All right, everybody, that wraps it up for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys picked up some tickers. Hope you guys picked up some good tips. Excited to see what 2021 has in store for your trading journey. If you guys have any questions or want to talk stocks even more, you can always check out our website or send us some love in the comments. You guys are always putting some good stuff in the comments, whether it's a ticker or a tip for us, or some people even tell us, hey, film this video, I need a little tip about trading. Feel free, write anything in the comments, give us a shout out. Much love to all my snipers out there. To the sniper team, we got Webinar Wednesday tomorrow, so excited to dive into that. To everybody else, we'll see you guys here next Tuesday night. Let's get some plays to line up for tomorrow. Much love, my snipers. I'm out.